Tesla has just reduced the prices of its electric cars, not just in the United States, also in Canada, Germany, France, and a number of other European countries. There is a reason for why they did this. And you know what? I hope you've been listening to me over the last few months and you waited to buy a Tesla. I did say that this would probably happen. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Coming live to you from here, Melbourne in Australia. It's it's late at night. Anyhow, prices of Tesla vehicles have just been slashed. My suggestion is to buy immediately. Reason for this, I'll tell you the reason in a minute, but my suggestion is you should be buying immediately. Basically, if you do, you're going to get an amazing deal on a car if you live in Canada, the United States, Germany, France, or the UK. You guys in the UK, you got big price discounts as well. Canada, you're looking at now, because they've reduced prices in different countries strategically. For example, Tesla vehicles have been reduced now to be below the 55,000 Canadian dollar threshold. Because they've been reduced to be under that, you now get the $5,000 credit. So you're getting $5,000 discount, plus you're getting the $5,000 credit, you're getting a $10,000 discount. Or then again, Tesla Model Y, 4680 battery cells, right? You can get one of those right now for an insane price. It was originally priced at 64,000 US dollars, now down to 51,000, getting the $7,500 credit, 43,500 US dollars. That is literally a bargain. And honestly, I personally would be buying that car straight away. I mean, if I could buy one of those for that price, give me 5 seconds, I'd be ordering it quickly, because I don't think they're going to be around for much longer at these prices. I think you're going to find Tesla's going to go back to what it had before. You're going to be waiting 6+ months. Within a matter of probably a week, maybe 2 weeks maximum, Tesla's prices are going to go back to what they were. Possibly, very possibly, the wait list will be 6 months plus, right? I'm not saying Tesla's prices are going to go back to what they were within 2 weeks. I'm saying prices will go back eventually to what they were, but within 2 weeks, you're going to be on a waiting list forever. So my advice here is pick up one of these vehicles as soon as you possibly can at these prices, because frankly, not only are they a bargain, but they won't be available at these prices for long. I think Tesla's strategy is to get a big order list, basically take all the orders away from their competitors, which is what they will do, make it very hard for their competitors to get orders over the next 6 months, much more difficult. Tesla's going to just take all those orders, and then based on all the orders they're going to have, they're going to ramp production up as much as they see fit. Basically, they're going to ramp production up enormously at Germany, enormously in Texas. Fremont, exactly the same thing. We're going to see probably a 50% increase in output using the same production lines based on the autonomous technology, based on the new technology being installed there by the Chinese staff from China. We're going to see production massively jump as well. Remember, most of those cars in China, well, a big percentage of them that are being made in China are going to Europe. So Tesla's aggressive sales strategy has been implemented in the US. They want to dominate the market in the United States. Based on these new prices, I predict that Tesla will outsell Audi, BMW, and Mercedes in 2023. I'm talking global sales here. I mean, BMW still leads with 2.1 million, Mercedes 2 million, Audi was much smaller with about 1.6 million, Tesla, of course, 1.31 million. Not far to go now. I think Tesla more than likely will get over that 2 million mark now as a result of the prices being so much better. Really, this is exciting. Looking at prices now that people can afford. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of Tesla detractors that just say nonsense no matter what. It doesn't matter what you say. They're going to hate the company. They're going to hate what you say. They're going to hate Tesla. There's nothing we can do. But anyone with a rational, sound mind cannot say now Tesla is overcharging. They cannot say, oh, they're not good value. They are. There's no question about that. Now, one of the things you've got to consider here is that the Tesla Model 3 base price, right? It now costs 44,000 US dollars. 44,000 US dollars. Take away the $7,500 tax credit. What are you looking at? You're looking at 37,000 US dollars. $37,000. This is this is going to mean that the purchase price is very, very low. But it's going to mean that if you look at the ongoing cost of a car like this, combine that with the very low purchase price, you're going to have a vehicle that's going to save you a lot of money versus buying a gasoline-powered car. You have to be mad to buy something else. There'd have to be such a compelling reason. I can't think of what that would be for you to make another decision. Now, obviously, the Model 3 is not going to suit everyone. It doesn't suit me at all. I need to be able to put bikes in the back of the car. Model Y, it's not much more. It's really not much more. And the really awesome thing is, this is not just for US consumers. This is Canada, this is Germany, this is France, this is other European countries. Tesla already brought the price down in China. It's seen now as a car that people can really afford. Now, what else do we know? Well, we know that the Model Y Performance is insanely affordable. Model 3 Performance, for example, $54,000. One of the fastest cars, one of the fastest sedans in the world is $54,000. If you don't believe me about it being the fastest, I'll put a link in the description. Check out Top Gear UK. When they actually raced the Model 3 Performance against the BMW M2, it won by 2 seconds on a short track. That's literally a car intended for track use, the M2, and the Model 3 Performance beat it. So for those of you saying, no, it's only good in a straight line. No, it's not. It can handle pretty damn well. So what else do we know about the prices? Well, Model Y long range has been reduced to $53,000 US. That's $13,000 less than its previous price, $13,000. But the thing is, now it qualifies for the incentive. So it's actually not $13,000 less. It's actually $20,500 US less. $20,500 US. That's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what to say here, but this is pretty exciting for you guys in the United States. I mean, obviously for everyone else as well, but that's the US price I just listed. Now I'm going to go through the European prices in just a moment. Model Y Performance, that has been adjusted $57,000 US for the Model Y Performance. That to me is insane. That's a $13,000 discount. That vehicle though won't qualify for the incentive. So, I mean, because it's $56,990, it's $1,000 over the cap, meaning it won't qualify. So clearly, Tesla knows that. They know all the orders are going to be for Model Y long range and for Model Y standard range models and for the Model Y all-wheel drive model. I think they've probably have a reason for keeping that one above the threshold price. Now, with these adjustments in place, Tesla has ensured the Model Y long range will qualify for the incentive for the $7,500 tax credit, because that program, the most expensive a car can be is $55,000 US unless it's really heavy. If you make a really heavy electric car, which is smaller, Volkswagen ID4, right? Why do people not know this information? I don't know why they don't know this. I've been talking about this on the channel. You guys who watch the channel, you know this stuff. ID4, smaller car than a Tesla Model Y, but significantly heavier. Now, think about why that might be. It's worth thinking about that. It's just me pointing out a fact here. I'm not trying to go one way or the other. Me pointing out a fact. Why is it so much heavier when it's smaller? Who built it? How did they build it? Did Herbert Diess have a lot of positive things to say about the way Volkswagen were building EVs? Well, crazy enough is, right, if you build an EV poorly, you'll get the tax credit. If you don't, you won't qualify. So what else do we know? Well, 4680 Model Y standard all-wheel drive. That vehicle, previously $64,000. Now it is $51,000, bringing the price down by $13,000. But of course, it gets the $7,500 tax credit. That means the price comes down to $45,000 US. Honestly, if it was me, I really would go out and buy one of those pretty much immediately. And if you get the standard range all-wheel drive, then you'll get the vehicle for $43,500. Even cheaper again. Standard range all-wheel drive, $43,500. Cheapest that Tesla Model Y has ever been in the United States. So what else do we know about the prices in Europe? Well, we know that those automakers in Germany have got to be worried because, well, what just happened in December, right? December, Tesla has the first and best-selling EVs in Germany, period. And actually in December, Tesla, well, it came second in Germany for actual brands. So the Tesla brand was the second best-selling brand of car. I'm talking, I mean, the Volkswagen Group, there's like, I don't know, 7,000 brands in the Volkswagen Group. I'm joking, of course, but there's so many brands, it's ridiculous. So to come second to them, that's incredible. I don't know that Tesla will surpass the Volkswagen Group for quite a long time if they, in Germany for quite a long time. So that's an amazing achievement to come second. That means they beat BMW, they beat Audi, they beat Mercedes in their own home country when it comes to electric vehicle production. Just easily beat them in December. Now, obviously, if you're going to look at the numbers, you're going to include hybrids and things, whatever. You might, I don't know what numbers you'll come up with, but if you're going to look at EV production, Tesla won. It was first place in Germany. It was first place with the Model Y. Model 3 was second, very, very close behind it. And that was without these incentives, right? I mean, that was without these discounts, without these massive discounts. Let's have a look at the discounts now in Europe. People are saying this is going to make a price war. But the thing is, I'm not sure if that's possible because Volkswagen just increased the price of the ID4 in Germany. They increased the price. Now, what this means is the Model 3 is cheaper than the ID4, significantly cheaper than the ID4. In fact, even the Tesla Model Y is cheaper than the ID4 in Germany. Yeah, I don't think Volkswagen are going to be able to compete with that. Maybe they'll bring their prices down, but I don't think so. So, Tesla, they have reduced their prices by up to 20% in Europe. And Wedbush analyst Ann Ives said the price reductions will increase Tesla's global output by 15% versus their previous estimates earlier in the year, so say a few months ago. Basically, Wedbush now is saying Tesla will probably deliver about 1.9 million vehicles in 2022. That's huge. 1.3 million now to 1.9 million in 2022. He's saying this is a clear shot across the bow at European automakers and US stalwarts General Motors and Ford that Tesla is not going to play nice in the sandbox with an EV price war now underway. He said, margins will get hit on this, but we like this strategic poker move by Musk and Tesla. The thing is, the share price went down by 5%. I think that's a strange thing to happen when this sort of information is released. I mean, when we find out what Tesla is doing, that they're basically saying, you know what, the war is on. Bring it. We're bringing the war to you. And this is going to be tough. Even companies like BYD will struggle to price their vehicles that are similarly sized at these prices. Have a look at the price right now of the Atto 3, for example, in most countries around the world. It's actually going to be a similar price to, say, a Tesla Model 3, which is a significantly bigger car. So it will be challenging for even BYD. And they obviously have the best cost advantage versus for any of Tesla's competition. They're the best place to compete with Tesla. They're probably the only ones that really have any chance of competing with these prices. So Tesla partially reversed any cuts it applied recently. 2023 earnings per share could end up at 30% to 4% below the current consensus, said Wedbush. Tesla said on Friday it was going to provide its cars at a more accessible price because cost inflation was normalizing. So that's their reasoning for this. In Germany, Tesla cut prices on Model 3 and Model Y by up to 17%. I had a look on Germany's website, Tesla's website in Germany, just about half an hour ago. Price for the Model Y now is 45,000 euros. Price for the Model Y. That's not including any incentives. That's just the straight up price. Now, you do get an incentive, an additional 3,000. The incentives have been reduced for EVs, but remember, many of Tesla's competition vehicles, so vehicles from other brands in Germany, are hybrids, plug-in hybrids. Guess what just happened to their incentives? No more. Just been deleted. There is no more incentive for plug-in hybrids. Now remember, even Ford sold a lot of Escape plug-in hybrids in Germany. Well, how many people do you think are going to buy those anymore without any incentives for them at all? Well, there'll still be some, but it'll definitely go down a lot. Same with Volkswagen Group. A significant number of the vehicles they sold were plug-in hybrids. BMW in particular, a lot of theirs were too. That's going to have a huge effect on those companies. So if you combine the fact that they're losing incentives completely for those cars and then Tesla brings down the price of their cars significantly by up to 10,000 euros, that's going to be very, very difficult for a customer to go, you know what, no, I won't. I'm not going to buy one of those. I'm going to buy an ID4 for another 5,000 euros more. It's a significantly smaller car. It's massively heavier. Reviews are not as good. It's not a well-known established electric vehicle based on what people are saying about it. Software isn't that good, people say. Do you want to go down that route? Don't know, but I would say most people wouldn't choose that route now. So UK, prices are down there as well. Price in the UK is now £45,000. For some reason, cars are more expensive in the UK, so that's not really all that cheap, £45,000, but it is a big discount on the previous price. Big discount. We're looking at around a £6,000 discount. That's about 10,000 US dollars. And that means the price came down from 52,000, 7,000 discount to 45,000. So basically, Tesla said, you know what, in the UK, you can get a Model Y for £7,000 less. The Model Y was the 6th best-selling car for the entire year. So this is in spite of the spikes and ups and downs to do with Tesla deliveries. The entire year, 6th best-selling car. It was actually almost basically equal 5th best-selling car for the entire year. Now you get a £7,000 reduction in the price. Pretty good chance it will be the best-selling car in the United Kingdom next year, or this year, 2023. And you got to admit, this is going to be really good for Tesla's marketing. It's going to be breaking all kinds of records in all different countries around the world, and that is going to do a lot for itself. Tesla won't have to say a word. Basically, the media will do the work for them by saying Tesla first place, Tesla first place, Tesla first place, etc., etc. You see where I'm going with this, right? Now in France, customers buying the Model 3 for 45,000 euros will now get a further. They'll now get a further price reduction of 5,000 euros. So the price has been reduced to 45,000, plus they get a $5,000 reduction. That means, right, their EV incentives give them around about I think it's about 11,000 euro discount versus what they were paying before. And this is a really popular car in France. Model Y is extremely popular. They go and reduce the prices by 11 to 22%. What do you think it's going to do for demand in France? It's going to skyrocket. I mean, 11,000 euros off the price. That's massive. That is a huge difference. Now, last year, the US and China combined for about 75% of Tesla sales. That's although Tesla has been growing sales in Europe, where its factory near Berlin has been ramping up production. So all these sales decreases, they've actually applied to other countries in Europe as well, but I won't go through those. You'll get a bit bored. Basically, what this is going to do, it's going to drive demand massively. Tesla's order books will be backlogged massively, but I think as a result of that, Tesla will have the confidence to ramp production at places like China. They'll go from basically making about 18,000 cars a week now they'll hit their maximum production, which is 23,000 a week. They'll basically hit that every week so they can make enough cars to start trying to meet the demand they're going to get from these vehicles being reduced in price by this much. I know Elon is very concerned right now about the impact he's saying of inflation, impact he believes that's going to have on the global economy. Many people disagree with him, but I've got to admit he's been right on most things. There's a reason he's a billionaire and we're not. There's a reason that every company he's worked in, PayPal, what was that, X company, whatever that was before that, the one he started in, SpaceX, there's a reason every one of them has worked because he's smarter than the average analyst. He's smarter than me. He's smarter than you are. And I've got to say, it's time for me. It's probably time for me to start saying, maybe he's got a point. Maybe he knows something that we don't about the global economy, and he's preempting that now. So maybe this was a good decision. Now let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this live video. Appreciate your support, and have a great year in 2023. Bye-bye.